There we go. Hello. Welcome to the Fourth Grader's Guide to YouTube SEO. Set up your channel so that you're the algorithm's bestie. If you are catching me live, go ahead and drop a hashtag live in the chat. If you are catching the replay, give me a hashtag replay so I know who's here and I can connect with you after this little video, this live. Welcome to a world where keywords aren't just words. They're the secret to taking your YouTube channel from zero to hero. In this class, we are diving deep into the vast sea of keyword strategies and coming up with a treasure trove of insights. The right keyword can be your golden ticket to YouTube success, but where do you start? I'm going to take you on a behind-the-scenes tour of how I choose winning keywords and implement them to make my videos and my clients' videos shine in YouTube search and recommendation system. We're talking specifics, no fluff. We're going to actually walk through it step by step so that you know how to use keywords on YouTube. So whether you're a seasoned YouTuber, excuse me, looking to boost your game, or a newbie setting up a channel, this training is your one-stop shop for all things keywords. So in just a moment, I'm going to be going through step by step how you're going to do your keyword research on YouTube, fast, dirty, and free, so that you can start using keywords to get found in the evergreen search engine that is Google. But before we do that, I want you to drop in the chat and tell me, are you a current or future YouTuber? If you're a current YouTuber, I would love to know your channel handle. So go ahead and put the link so I can go take a look at your channel after this Facebook Live. And you're probably going to want to grab my freebie, which is the Keyword Brainstorm Guide. Let me find that right here. So you're going to go to myschedulebiz.com/keyword. That link is also in the description of this video, so you can also just click it there. And that guide is going to kind of lay out for you these steps that we're going to go over today. Now, for those of you who don't know, my name is Elise Michelle Nelson. I'm a YouTube strategist, which means that I help you use videos to create visibility and generate leads for your business. I have personally published over 800 videos on YouTube, and I make money every single week from my YouTube channel. I've also helped thousands of entrepreneurs create more sales with my do-it-yourself courses and monthly memberships. Plus, I have worked with other brands with tens of thousands of followers with my done-for-you YouTube management services and video editing. And I do all of these things so that you can support your family, travel, and most importantly, take a nap whenever you want. So that's why I have these offers for you. I am helping you with your DIY done for you. No matter what you're doing with YouTube, I can help you. Now, go ahead and share in the chat if you are a current or future YouTuber. If you're a current YouTuber, drop the link to your channel as well. This is going to be super interactive, so find the chat and get ready to engage and respond. So what are we going to be covering today? First, we're going to talk about the 3 tools that you need to use for YouTube keyword research. Then we're going to go through the step-by-step to using those tools. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how you can find more keywords when you're stumped. And then we're going to talk about how your keywords actually can impact your brand on YouTube, where you should be using those keywords. And then at the end, as always, I'm going to give you some more freebies that you can use to help yourself on your business journey. So one more reminder, drop a hashtag live in the chat or a hashtag replay in the chat if you're catching us live or if you're catching the replay. Okay, so the 3 tools that you need for YouTube keyword research. The first tool that I want to talk to you about is vidIQ. Is YouTube. So the very first thing that you need is the YouTube search bar. You're literally just going to type into the YouTube search bar, and that is going to be a way for you to see what YouTube auto-generates when you're putting in your specific topics. And you need the YouTube search bar. So in other words, you go to youtube.com and you type in the search so that you can use the other 2 tools. So the other 2 tools that we're talking about today are Chrome extensions, and you actually have to be on YouTube to be able to use them and have them work for you. And they are vidIQ and TubeBuddy. These are competitors. And the reason I tell you to use both is because in different industries, one might actually be a better tool than another, A, and B, when they both agree that a keyword that you're planning on using is a good keyword, it's a pretty good bet that it's a good keyword. So in making sure you're checking with both, you ensure that you have the best chance of doing really well with your keyword research and with your videos as they come out. Because why waste time on production of videos that won't get you anywhere? finding the right keywords is a really good place to start to make sure that you're on the right track and to keep yourself really motivated to stay in the specific area that your people are looking for help. So vidIQ gives you an easy to use score to know if your keywords are good. It offers keyword suggestions. It also gives you some updates on Google Trends keywords. It'll give you the average video age and the videos added in the last 7 days. So this lets you know if there's an opening for you, and it lets you take a look just at your competition in general. It tells you top channels, so your competition again, and average views. And so you can compare keywords and decide which one is better. And so all of these things make it really a lot easier for you to know if the keyword that you're planning on using is a good one to use. TubeBuddy has very similar things that are part of it. It has an easy to use score. It has keyword suggestions. It has a tool called SEO Studio, which ensures that your keyword is used effectively in your title and your description. So it helps you kind of determine, once you have a keyword, if you're using it right. It tells you the searches per month on a specific keyword, the most views and least views, and how many times it was published in the last 7 days. So several of these overlap on these two tools, but when you bring them together, you get this whole slew of tool things that can help you with your YouTube journey for your business. So now I want to jump into the step-by-step to using the tools. And so I want to talk to you about how this actually works. I'm just going to double check and see if we've got any comments that I need to address. If you are catching us live or the replay, you can always drop comments and I will come in and I will answer your questions during the live or after the fact. So feel free to drop your questions if you have any. So how this actually works. First, you're going to go to youtube.com. Then you're going to type in what you think could be a good search term. Then you're going to look at your rankings in TubeBuddy and vidIQ. So here you can see is the TubeBuddy, and I've got a yellow score, which is good, at a 54. Our goal is to get into the green, so this is not hitting the green. There's also going to be some related keywords or searches that you might decide to use instead. And then we're going to look at vidIQ, and you can see here I'm getting a 27, which is orange. And we, again, want to be in the green. So according to both TubeBuddy and vidIQ, this keyword is not a good keyword for me to be using. And this is essentially, this screen shows you everything that you need to do. You literally install these two tools, and I have links in the description of this video that you can use to go and get these tools. You do not have to pay to use them, although they do have paid offers. And basically the difference is going to be you're going to get more searches if you are on the paid plan. And then there's tools and things that help elevate your keyword research as well. But all you really need is the free ones. You're literally just going to use YouTube and you're going to just look at these. How did I rank? Am I good enough or not? And you can also look at some additional stats. So things like the searches per month or the average video age. All of these things can help you have more details about whether or not you want to be using this keyword based upon if there are holes in the industry or not. Okay, so then you can, if it's a ranking keyword, then you just use it. And we're going to talk in a minute about where you're going to use it and the best way to use it. But if it's not a ranking keyword, like this example here, then you have to try again. So, oh, sorry, that's the wrong button. Let's see. So if you have to try again, how are you supposed to do it? So here are some ways, some things that you can try to change in your keywords to help you find a keyword that might rank better. So you could try and use synonyms. So use a thesaurus, put in a word and see what another word is that means something similar, and then use that word instead. This works a lot of the time. If you take the word that you want to use and you put it into a thesaurus, you find a synonym, it'll probably work. This is one of the best ones to try first. You can also change out your articles. So instead of saying a, use the, or say your instead of my. These also work really well with a lot of keyword searches. Next, you can change out your punctuation. So if there's a word that could be hyphenated, try it both hyphenated, without a hyphen and with a space, and see if that makes a difference. You can even add a product. So if, for example, you're doing photo tutorials and they're specific to Photoshop, using the word Photoshop might increase your chances or it might make it worse. You can try saying your ideal customer. So let's say that you are teaching how to use photos for moms. You might say Photoshop tutorial for moms without, for moms, right? And that could make your keyword rank better. You could also identify their problem. So photo tutorial for moms with no time. right? So this is a problem that they have. They don't have enough time to edit their photos. And so this would be a tutorial on how to do that, even though you have no time. You can also include things like your industry. And so this would be, this example isn't a good one, but like maybe your industry is business owners or whatever the case may be, that could work as well. You can talk about a specific event. So maybe it's how to edit your photos for Christmas for busy moms on the go, right? And you can even talk about a place. So if it's something that would matter what location it is, you can say like in Houston and see if that increases your odds. And so all of these are ways to take a keyword that you thought would work that didn't and tweak it and then try and get a keyword that actually works. So now we have to try again, right? So we tried the first time, the keyword didn't rank. We have our ideas of how to brainstorm a different keyword, and now we're going to come back in and try a second time. So here's our second attempt. We went to YouTube, we typed in this new keyword, and if you look at it, our original was tech-challenged e-commerce makers. Our new keyword is tech space challenged e-commerce makers. That is literally the only thing that changed. We went from a hyphen to a space. And you can see now we got a 67 green on TubeBuddy, but a 25 orange on vidIQ. And so TubeBuddy says this is a great keyword, but vidIQ says, no, this is not a good keyword. And so at this point, some of my clients will be like, okay, I got one that said green, so we're just going to go. I highly recommend that you try multiple times to get as high as you can on these rankings. Because again, if these two agree, it is much more likely that you're going to have success with your video getting shown. And one of the things that makes YouTube so amazing is the fact that it's evergreen. You get to do it, put out the content that's good content, and it can continue to deliver for you for years. It is not like social media where you put it out and 40 minutes later, it's gone. You can literally take a vacation from YouTube. And I've worked with multiple people who put out good content. They spent a year doing a really good job with YouTube and then continue to get leads for years afterwards without doing anything new or additional. And this can be what you can do if you set up your YouTube channel the right way. Invest the time now, get it done right, and your videos will continue to be found via search for years. And you can continue to get leads and sales off of it. So you can go ahead and run with this if you want to, or you can try and do a third attempt. So our third attempt is we've done tech challenge, all is one word, e-commerce makers. This is an exaggerated example on purpose, okay? So now we've got TubeBuddy is like, this is very good. It's a 78 green. vidIQ says it's a 71 green. They both agree this is a very good keyword. So given the choice between these three, which would you want to use? Why would you ever use the first two? Use the third one. Increase the likelihood that you're going to have success, that you're going to be found, that there's less competition. All of these things are going to help you in the long run, and all of these little tweaks that you do, when added up cumulatively, make a huge impact on your video and your channel's success. So, how exactly can these keywords impact your brand? There's a lot of going around now on YouTube and saying that keywords don't matter, and there are tons of videos that talk about how tags are unimportant, keywords are unimportant. YouTube themselves has come out and said tags are unimportant. Not quite, but sort of. So how, and there are other big brands that say that keywords don't matter. But the reality of the situation is that each of these things is just a tiny drop in the bucket. And when you add all those drops up with all of these little pieces, it adds up to big change. And so that's why we want to make sure we're giving ourselves the best advantage to make the most impact with as little effort as possible. And frankly, doing this keyword research, while it might feel monotonous and boring, can really make a difference on your videos. So how does this impact your brand? Can I prove to you, can I show you why you should bother? So there's a few things that you might have missed. So I want to go over those. As I was going through these three keyword research, these three keywords, as we were researching them on vidIQ and TubeBuddy, you may have noticed, or you may not have noticed, that all the videos that showed up in the top 5 for all 3 search terms are mine. And that is because YouTube knows these are all connected, even though I only used the last keyword, right? All 3 of those keywords are the same, essentially. So when I started to show up for the last keyword and I started to get good rankings there, then it started showing me for the other keyword and the other keyword. And now the top 5 videos are all mine because YouTube knew that they were connected and I ranked on just one of them. So you don't need to focus on ranking on all 3 search terms. focus on the one that is easiest to rank for and the others will follow. So let me give you another example. If you were a yoga brand, there are tons of yoga channels on YouTube, just like there are tons of business channels on YouTube. And trying to rank for the word yoga, trying to get found for the word yoga is near impossible. But if you try and get found, and this, I'm not saying this is a good keyword, but if you try and get found for something else, like let's say chair yoga for women over 50, there's going to be fewer people in that niche, and it's going to be easier for you to rank. And when you start ranking for chair yoga for women over 50, you will be surprised how quickly you start to show up there, and then you start showing up on searches like yoga for women or just yoga. And all of these things are connected. YouTube is smart, and so it figures this out, and you will start to be shown for all of them. So that's the first thing you might have missed. The second thing you might have missed is that my playlist showed up in the top spot on all 3 search terms because YouTube likes to push playlists, because playlists typically get more watch time, because if someone is interested in one of the videos in the playlist, they're likely interested in them all. And so using a playlist focused strategy helps YouTube get more watch time, which means YouTube will promote your playlist, and you will get more watch time, which means YouTube will promote your videos and your playlists even more. So this is like a cycle, right? You have this playlist. YouTube likes to promote playlists. Then they watch the playlist. Then YouTube will promote your videos and your playlists even more. And it's a cycle where you're giving YouTube watch time and you're getting watch time. And then YouTube likes you, and it keeps going and building and building. So the playlist shows up on all 3 searches. And then finally, by using this strategy, my channel is shown as one of the top channels for this search term, along with Founder Magazine and Opt-in Monster. And these are huge people in the industry. They are giants in small business. And for my small brand to show up with them as a top channel is saying something. Only by using YouTube and keywords could I have gotten myself visible with such giants so quickly. And so these are the things that can happen to you when you start to use the right strategies, including keywords, when you are doing your YouTube channel. So this is why it's important. Now, where do you need to use your keywords if you want to be able to take advantage of all of these things? That's what we're going to talk about next. We are going to be doing what I like to call keyword not stuffing. And so some of you may be familiar with this idea of keyword stuffing. That was a big deal back, maybe 10 years ago, where the algorithms that were being used weren't all that smart. And so people would just make a website and they would put as many keywords on the website as possible in order to get someone to find their website. And it was something that spammers kind of did, and you would end up on websites that really didn't have any information and were just kind of junk. That doesn't work anymore, but you still want to kind of think in that mindset. Where can I put these keywords? So we're not talking about just having a list of keywords that covers an entire page or your entire description, but you do need to think about where can I put these keywords, because you want to make it so that even the densest robot gets what you're doing. You also want to make it so that it's really obvious to your viewer that they're in the right place. And the more you can tell them they're in the right place, the more likely they are to watch and pay attention to what you're doing. So where do you need to put these keywords? Well, first, you need to make sure that you are putting them in the title. So I would actually say 30 to 60 characters might be a little bit high. Shorter titles are actually doing better now. So I would say probably cap yourself at maybe 50 characters. So you want to try and put your keywords in your title. So in that 30 to 50 characters, you're going to include your keyword. So if your keyword was tech challenged e-commerce makers, then you might say something like, you won't believe what happened to this tech challenged e-commerce maker, right? That's putting it in the title. In the description, and you want it to be in the first 100 characters, because this indicates that it's something that's a really big part of the video, and having it higher up is going to make it do better for you and make it more obvious to your audience what it is you're doing. You can also use your keyword in your hashtags. On YouTube, you can put 2 to 3 hashtags. I usually put mine all the way at the bottom. They don't need to be at the top for any reason. And I reuse my keywords. I just take the spaces out and add a hashtag at the beginning. Suddenly my keyword is a hashtag. You can also use them in your tags. So on YouTube, hashtags and tags are not the same thing. Hashtags have no spaces and they have the hashtag symbol at the beginning, right? Tags are keywords. They are phrases. They are like e-commerce makers. I can't remember what this phrase was now. That is a tag. E-commerce space makers, that's a tag, right? And so you're going to put the keywords into your tags, and you want to make sure that you are using your full 500 characters worth of tags on your video. And I recommend filling this out with your channel keywords. And so as long as your channel keyword is associated with the video you're putting out, you can use those as part of your tags. You don't have to research 500 characters worth of tags on every video. Figure out your 2 or 3 tags that you're also going to use in hashtags and put in your description. Use those and then fill the rest with your channel keywords. You also want to make sure that you're putting your keywords in the video script. So in other words, you have to have them before you record so that you can say them in the script. You want to make sure that you're using them in your playlist. So you're going to take your video, add it to a playlist, and then put that keyword in the description of the playlist also that you're using for your video. And then, as I mentioned before, having them in your channel keywords is also really good. So how I recommend doing this is finding your channel keywords first, 500 characters that describe what you're talking about, who you are, who your ideal customer is, and what they want, and filling that 500 characters for your channel, and then reusing those same keywords in your videos along with video-specific keywords. So this is keyword not stuffing. It is teaching YouTube that you are the expert with the best video. It is about making sure that your audience understands who you are, what you do, and why they should be paying attention. All right. So, oh, I had these out of order, I guess. We already talked about where to put these. Just going to go back to that real quick. Here we go. Keyword brainstorm. So again, these are where you're going to put those keywords as you have them available. Oh, that's what I was on here. Okay, sorry. So that is what it means to have YouTube SEO, setting up your channel so that you're the algorithm's bestie. And now that you're thoroughly overwhelmed and you're like, Elise, that is a lot of steps, and you're thinking, this doesn't sound like a 4th grader could do it at all, I want to talk to you about some of the things that I have to help you with this, the freebies that you can use to help you with your YouTube journey. So first, everything we've just gone over is summarized very succinctly in the Keyword Brainstorm Guide. So you're going to want to go to myscheduledbiz.com/keyword and grab this guide. And then look at it and follow the steps and start doing some keyword research for your videos and for your channel. You're also going to want to make sure that you are here next week for the next video that we're going to be doing, and that is Team Reels versus Team YouTube. Try both and pick a side. And that is going to be on Wednesday, April the 24th. And you're just going to RSVP right here in the same place that you're seeing this now. And there's also a link in the description of this video that you can just click and go RSVP to make sure that you don't miss it next time. And then the next thing I want to talk to you about is my Facebook group. So if you're not currently watching this video in the Facebook group, you're going to want to join us. The Fearless Entrepreneurs Success Through Video and YouTube Facebook group, where we have step-by-step directions for using video and YouTube in your business. If you're camera shy, we've got you covered. We've got a training in there to help you with that as well. And if you're not camera shy, great. We'll help you move forward through the steps to be using YouTube effectively for your business. There are challenges, weekly teachings. You can post your videos Monday through Friday and a dedicated thread for critiques and praise. And I would love to have you there with us. So you're going to go to myscheduledbiz.com/bizzers or facebook.com/groups/msbizzers. And then the next thing I want to talk to you about is for those of you who are like, okay, Elise, that's great. Thank you so much for giving me the step-by-step worksheet. And I love that I can join the group and you've got even more detailed steps in the group. But I really just need to talk to someone about whether this is the right thing for me or exactly how to implement for me, for my unique business. Well, on Wednesdays and Thursdays, you can book a free coffee chat. I only have 4 available each week. And we will talk about what you should work on first for your YouTube channel. You're going to walk away with a clear outline of what it's going to take for you to reach your people, teach them, and close the sale. And all you need to do is go to myscheduledbiz.com/coffee. And I would love to talk to you about your specific business and how YouTube can or cannot work for you. So that's going to be if you want to connect with me and get some help and really think about your specific business. And that is what I have for you today. So if you have any questions, you are welcome to drop those in the chat. I look forward to seeing you next week for Team Reels versus Team YouTube. Try both, pick a side, and I would love to talk to you in the future. Don't forget to join the Facebook group. I am so glad that we get to live our dreams together every single day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.